Good morning, friends. If you notice, that's my cat Asher. He's above me in the window. Today, Mr. Dr. Choir gets to be a dad and a husband and fix stuff. If you hadn't seen my Facebook story, my son tried to turn on the shower this morning and it didn't work. So we're gonna fix it. Let's go. Let's see. Cold water, hot water, trickle. Got to go under the house. Let's see what it looks like in here today. I haven't been under here in a while. Isn't that nice? See the water main line right there? It says water main. Hose line. Check that out. Let's turn off the water. Time to purge the water. So we have no water pressure in the lines. All right, we're down to a trickle. This is my concern. The water pressure is not actually turned off all the way. All right, so I turn it back on and then turn it back off again. Hopefully the valve is all the way off this time. Let's go check inside the house. There we go. Done. Now, time to take off the fixture. Might need a pick, might need a putty knife, screwdriver to take off the valve. And I don't know where my big pipe wrench is. I think it's gone missing. So maybe we'll get a set of channel locks. All right, the plot thickens. So I'm twisting this, but it's not coming off. Took off the cap. There's a screw. So we'll take that off, just get the handle off. All right, the plot thickens. Looks like we've got a nut right here. It needs to come off. And I need to go get some sockets. So let's see, what do you think? What do you think that is? 14, 15, 16, 17. It ain't no 12, it ain't no 10 mil. It's an 18 mil. There we go. Oh, and by the way, I pulled this out. This was just floating around on the wall back there. Okay, so take that nut off and you just have to pull. I was sitting here trying to figure out how to get all this out by screwing this, but you just have to pull really hard and it just came right off. Look at all that calcium buildup. And I see we've got a plastic nut here. Yeah, it looks like this comes off too. All right, that came off. Got a little water in there. We've got a, okay, here we go. So that's where I need the channel locks, and my channel locks may not be big enough. But what I know I'm gonna need to do is I'm gonna need to put a channel lock on this back piece and the channel lock on the front piece, and I'm gonna have to pull or turn in both directions so I don't mess up the copper piping in the back. This has gotta be the culprit. Well, I got some channel locks and I've been trying to loosen this collar. And as I'm trying to loosen this collar, turning it counterclockwise, I noticed that the entire thing was turning. So I stopped because I knew that if this whole thing was turning, there's nothing for it to turn on back here. There's just two copper pipes, one's hot and one's cold. So that means that the copper pipes themselves are twisting. So now, we're gonna try some penetrating oil. We're gonna see if we can get this to loosen up. And then after about 15 minutes of using some of this PV blaster heat gun, I'm not using a torch because of the plastic, but I'll use the heat gun. We'll see what we can do. All right. As you can see, I am using the heat gun. PV blaster is on for 15 minutes. And it did not come on. Changed cans to penetrating oil from 3-in-1. We're gonna give this one a shot. PBR. Didn't work. Put some heat on it, didn't work. Did some light tapping, didn't work. The whole point is I don't want to rotate it so much that I break the copper in the back and we end up with a major leak. Hi friends, update on the faucet in the bathroom, not the sink, the shower. So it's now 1 o'clock. I started this project at 9:25, 10, 11, 12. So it's been 3.5 hours. I'm just gonna go straight to the problem. There's a collar on the unit that's gotta come off in order for you to remove the mix cartridge. I believe the mix cartridge is the issue. It's a replaceable part, but this whole unit is original to the home. All right, further update. It's much later now. It's like 4:20 in the afternoon. I had to do some work. Not this kind of work, but work on work. I had a meeting and I had some things to deal with. I contacted a plumbing company and they told me that if I get a saw and cut off the collar that's on top of that part that won't come off, then I can bring everything in and they should have the parts and I can bring it home and put it back together again. So I'm back under the house. I'm gonna turn the water off. I'm gonna go upstairs to the hacksaw. I'm gonna cut this thing apart. I'm waging war on this thing. I cut it all the way down. I'm hitting it with a hammer and a chisel. And now, finally, look at this. It's actually moving. Ha ha ha. All right, time for me to take this thing off. Oh my goodness, that has taken me all day to do, just to get to that point. All day. And look at this. This is the part probably broken. Oh wow. Well, if you're a plumber, you'll see right away there's a broken part right here. This whole pit is broken. Alrighty. Next up, the installation of a new part. All right, I'm in my truck. I made it to the plumbing store. I went to a very special plumbing store, one that only sells plumbing. I found the exact part that I needed, including a replacement collar. And according to what they told me, I'm good to go. So later on this evening, after I get home from musical theater rehearsal, I will be putting it all back together again. We'll see. So this is the part that came out. As you can see, it has broken parts. And it's about 30 years old. Here's the new one. It's designed for this and has instructions. And I'm gonna be putting it together and I'm gonna have some fun. All right, here's a report. I went to work, had our rehearsal, but I also drove by the parts store and got the part. After rehearsal, I got home, installed the new part inside, and we just went under the house, turned the water on, made sure that the new part worked. We had no leaks. We're good. So now, Alexander Man is putting the final touch on. We can call this job complete.